recap for March 18th, Tuesday. Was testing some automation out today and then had some data issues. Ultimately traded well, but I found it very challenging, when you have data problems. And I'm trying to get my money back from Bulenox and Rithmic because thank God I usually don't record my trading session, but today I was recording it because I had some automation up. And I think I'm going to play that first, just so I got some more video proof of what was going on. And I don't know if the automation caused the freeze up, but I'm sure other people have had Rithmic issues or just data issues in general. So let me go to the file. I'll just explain what was happening. So this was some automation I had running. I had zero problems with this automation on the take profit account. So what was going on here? This was market off, and this was not an automated trade. I had
order filled.
Yeah, where we are on there. Okay, so I'm in long. So the automation was actually looking for short because the market was, you can see, way down. So no automation was looking for longs here. But why did I go long? Because the green is the second standard deviation. We're at the low of the day right here, and you got third standard deviation. This is an abnormal area for price to be in, even though it's such a hard downtrend. Once the market, it kind of stalled at 70, and it was running out of steam. Usually when that happens, it doesn't mean it's stopping going down. I think it's not going to do. I think it is going to go down more, but I also think it's going to bounce 10 to 20 points before it continues down, especially when it stalls, when it's going that fast and it just stops and just it's bouncing around. This is all the heat I took. I was in at 60, got out at 69 or 59 to 69. So that's what I played. And this trade wins. And that's like, I'm a good manual trader, so I try to help automation, so I wanted to give automation a buffer here to win a trade. And you see, that's all the heat I took was $40, and I think it goes pretty much straight up from there. Yeah, so once you see it stall, and then you get that, 10, 20, 30 point pullback, and then it'll continue down. And I think the next trade's a short, which was an automated short. And
Target filled.
The account up 190, and it wins the next automation. It was up 3 something for the day. This is another automated system I'm trying, a Legendary Trader. It's crazy, like, their track rate. And, the other reason, this is why I went long, Ludwig level. I knew that was there. So normally I did first touch of Ludwig for 10 points and easily got that. And you can see it took that bounce, and then it's going to continue down. So exactly like price action normally responds, even in a downtrend, Ludwig level, 10-point bounce, continued down. So I took advantage of that. Most professional traders would say, don't trade like that, but I just see the price action work over and over at these levels. So the first touch is usually a good 10, 20-point winner. Even if you take a little heat, it'll come back to get you out of break even if because if it does break it, it kind of touches and then goes. So that was the logic for that trade. Let's keep going here. And there you go. Pullback. So this pulled back from 60, like I said, a 30-point pullback before it continued down. And that is normally what happens. That's why I go long there, because of this. I don't try to get more than 10 because 10 is, the minimum it usually goes. So let's see, let me look at the charts here. Say I was up 190. I took a couple of pre-market trades and won those. Now this is where I start to run into some problems. So yeah, you can see what I'm doing here is low of the day, and I'm looking for a 5 or 10 point bounce at the low of the day. Third standard deviation here, second standard deviation up here. So normally I'll play these, and here's a good example. Low of the day, reversal, boom, you win. So I was looking for the same exact movement here to get that 10-point, bounce. Even though it was such a down day, I'm still kind of playing that. I don't like going short at the lows of the day because it's more likely you're going to pull back 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 points before it continues down, which is kind of what it did, although it was really hard to down. It was hard to win these longs, and I was just winning them, but I was, being real careful with them. So let's see what actually happens here. And this is, I think, the automation, not the automation, but Rithmic on this account, which was $300 away from passing eval, and it took 800. The trades would have won, and they were Rithmic was in those trades, but they weren't being indicated on NinjaTrader. So I don't know if we'll be able to see it on here. Let me fast forward a little bit. All right, so nothing yet. All right, so what I'm looking to do, I can see what I'm doing by where my cursor is here. Lower the day. I'm waiting for a pullback. When the pullback happens, I would go here, and then I'd be taking this signal here. And you can see this signal would have won. And again, 7 points is a win. I don't lose the trade. And that was a good, probably close to 7 points anyway. So it's probably what was going on here. And you're going to see if I did it there. I probably changed my mind because it touched that level already. But now it's coming back. Okay, now this is activated. Once this bar closed up, it should have been in a trade. You're going to see, I think it turns orange or nothing happens, and the number doesn't move. But it was really in a trade, which I had no control over, didn't even know it was existing. This is why I want to get the account reset. And they did get back to me. They didn't reset it yet, but they asked me for what my data settings were in the configuration. Why? I don't know. I guess they're looking for a way they could get out of this, but... So I sent them the configurations. Let's see what they say. So let's see how the
Order submitted.
Right, so right there, I should have been in. Right there. And I don't know if this trade would have won or not, but the way I manage it, I probably wouldn't have lost it. And there you go. See, chances are I'm out of the trade because I'm out at the levels, especially this level. So from 83 to 88, 5 points. I mean, that's a winning trade to me. Because look how perfectly it hit the level and it stalled. It might get through, but look, it didn't. So now I'm looking and I'm not in a trade. Nothing's moving. There's no active trade, but it really was in a trade. So if they don't give me my funds back, I think I will, cancel them and then blast them, give them negative feedback. And you can see that 100% would have won because this is the signal I got in. And there you go. So there's no way that trade lost. 100% no. I don't know what it would have won, but it didn't lose. And if anything, I should get credit for the damn trade, which I'm not even asking for. But it was a good trade by me. So let's keep watching because you're going to see the ultimate, debacle of what we go through as traders. It's just hard enough. I don't know if I took another one of these. I feel like I did. Yeah, again, hard spike down. We're coming to the low of the day. I'm looking at 5 or 10 point bounce, even though we're here. But I was very patient. And that's the definition of the bouncer trade. This is the door, standard deviation 2. And look, the bounce has got them out of the club, and then it reversed again. So I'm looking for the same exact move. And I'm waiting right there.
Order submitted.
So the trade would have won already. Right there. Got up to almost 85 from 79. So I'm 2 for 2 there. And then my stop goes to, break even. Look, and there's nothing in there. So again, let me just take a quick look at that again to see automation, buy, moving average crossover. I'm in. Then the arrow shows up. So I hit that before the arrow showed up. I'm in it. Boom.
Order submitted.
Look, and then I'm hitting close. Shut the automation off. Just in case it was in a trade, I hit close. So I have so much proof that I did not lose any trades. And again, just for good measure, this was the signal here. It pulled back a little bit, then it goes up to here. So again, impossible that this was a losing trade just based on the way I trade and where my ATM is, which 7 points is a winning trade from here to there. So you can see more than 7 to get out. And especially how I take my profits at the levels. And for good measure, there you go. So another good move. And that was it. So I was done at that point. I think I take, now, I don't, instead of the automation, I think I just hit buy ask to see what happens. And that's when it really malfunctions. And I think it might have did one contract with that. Nothing, it froze. So let's continue here. Let's go back. I don't know if I gave it a rest at that point. I was just checking, make sure I was in no trades. Okay, I went because there was an automated short that activated. No trades here.
Order submitted.
Automation. But this one, actually, that took its own trade right there. I might have moved my stop out of the way. Yeah, because when I saw that big spike up, I might have pulled that stop up just because of how violent the market was. And I was, convinced this was a good down. It was going to hit that target. Even if it pulled back 20, 30 points, it was going to come crashing right back down. Now, it purposely looks like I move it above 59 to get it at the 60 area. Yeah. So I'm at 58. I knew there was a Ludwig level at 61. And look at that, how it hit that Ludwig level and bounced. So my target should have been there. And I don't have Ludwig levels on this chart, but I knew where it was on the other 1 minute chart. If we go back and look at that one, we might see it. Let's see. There you go. 61.38 Ludwig. Oh, that was up there, though.
Order submitted.
100 points lower. So it was 61, but a different 61. So good thing I moved that stop because look at that. And we were so close to target.
Order submitted.
Wow, look how close to target we were. Look at that. Oh, a tick. And then I probably had to deal with 10 or 20 points of heat. Look at that. 20 points of heat. I think it went up to 800 before I came flying back down. And I wasn't going to add in because it was minis. And I was confident, the market was 250 points down. It wasn't going to, it could have flipped if there was news, but the down pressure was crazy. But I do like to play these bounces before it continues down. And that's how I was trading it. And then eventually I turned to shorts and take advantage. Once it pulls back 20, 30, 50 points, now I'm in short mode. So that's the mindset of, and the game plan. At the lows of the day, play these 5 and 10 point bounces. When you get these 20, 30, 40, 50 point pullbacks and you got levels above of resistance, play those shorts. And that's at the end, I changed to shorts and, get to profit goal. So yeah, it took some heat there. Let me fast forward it because I think it went on a little bit. Yeah, some pretty good. And look how quick it came down. Holy crap. Wow. Let me see how. Yeah, once it hits 800, which is, again, a resistance, natural resistance level on a down day. If it would have broke that, I could have been in some big trouble. But it's an eval. So, I was confident that it was going to bounce back. And if it didn't, it's an eval. Not that I like blowing evals, but I was confident it wasn't going to hit $2,500. It was going to eventually. Exactly. I mean, look at that crazy move down. It worked.
Order filled
in like 30 seconds, and there you go. So that account was done, and look how much further it went. So I could have got a hell of a lot more in that. All right, so that was the automation test. This one, okay. This was having problems on the Bulenox accounts. The take profit, it worked because I had a few. Let's see. You can see the automation is activated there. And okay. It won a $62 trade on take profit. It never got the Bulenox. And it was on both of those accounts, the automation. Again, this is just testing because busy season comes. I'm going to have to go to automation, and I'm going to let them jockey for position. So this is what was going on in the Bulenox. It didn't get it. But again, different data worked. So and again, more proof that there was. So I shut it down right there. I said, I'm not risking even evals when there's data issues, especially with automation. If I have control over it, different. All right, so now we're back here, and little do I know, Rithmic still thinks I'm in a trade here. Let's see. I think I tried to take a trade. I was putting some automation back on, and I don't think it took any trades. Yeah, so this is showing take profit worked. Just resetting the accounts. Again, I wasn't even going to trade Because after going through stuff like that, you just, again, the bouncer trade, second standing deviation, boom. I'll get to the, there we go. That's where it took the money from me. Let me see. All right, so I'm going to think I get into a trade, and I think I just put buy ask at some point. Let's see if I did that yet. I hit the auto, but I don't think I used that. Okay, there you go. I'm going to press it right there. It's just this trade right here. Price, second standing deviation gets thrown out. That's the trade. Another thing, this is engaged. This means if I get into a trade and I take heat and that heat hits $200, it will close that trade. This account was only a few $100s away from passing. So this is why it's a bigger deal than not. Okay, I shut the automation off. I hit buy ask, and let's see what happens.
Order.
There you go. An orange order shows up, which I know that means data issues, right?
Submitted.
So I don't even know if that got filled or not get filled. I'm trying to cancel it. It won't cancel. Trying to close. I hit close, right? Let's
submitted
again. Yeah, I'm hitting cancel. Cancel, cancel, cancel. I'm hitting close. Okay, now I think I go to Rithmic and I disconnect.
Submitted.
Let me see that again. And again, I might need this for video proof. So there's your buy ask. Right there. Boom.
Order submitted.
Playing level to level. I'm trying to cancel, cancel, cancel. Nothing. I'm trying to close, close, close. Nothing. It just hits standard deviation. I don't know what happened from there, but we'll see. So now I disconnect. You have 4 active orders. So there was orders in there that I didn't know about that were data issues. So if they don't give me my funds back, I'd be shocked. And I really won those trades. They should be throwing me an extra $50. So now let's look and see what's going on here. Now I come back in and now
order filled.
$800 from my account. It closed right there. And whatever the trade, let me see where I entered that trade because it's at 705 right there. I want to see where I was.
Order submitted.
Yeah, 703. So again, there's no shot I lost the trade. Or I lost even $200 on the trade. Let me just go back to say that. Yeah, it came roaring back. It took a little heat, but 20 points of heat in micros. 2 contracts. And there you go. So again, very frustrating. And the good news is, after all of this, this was automation. This was automation. I come back and traded pretty flawlessly. And I wasn't even going to trade because I knew my mindset wasn't right after going through shit like this. And I knew, you really shouldn't be trading if your mind's not right. But I said, let me just be real conservative here and try it out to see how I handle it. And look how much we're down for the day. Yeah, so you can see my trade 100% won because it's 710 right there. Which kind of sucks. But another winning, that's 3 winning trades that I don't have credit for and 800 deducted from my account. So anyway, that's the video proof. Now I'm going to go to, these are actual trade. Now I wound up trading the PA too, which was a little nuts, not being of right mind, but you can see the only loss was a 4-cent loss. So really great performance. Kept it really, really tight as far as the amount that I traded. 85%, 6-1, and you really don't even count that as a loss because it was a group. You could tell by the exit time that it was one contract at 99, one at 92, everything out at 99. So the trade actually made $1, but the commission was more than $1. But just to go through the charts real quick, because it was just a few trades. And you see my entry, and it pulled back pretty hard. I was just playing it up to the level here. get in, and then again, purposely out right there. So just 3 or 4 points, 2 contracts. Oh, the second one did good. One thing I was, I don't know if I must have moved my second target because it's usually at 25 points, but I moved it right around 10. And I'm usually below 10, but it got out of 10.25, and price only went to 12 before it shoots back and shoots back hard. So my exit, when I went back and look at how I got out, it was amazing. My exits today, and it happens almost every day, how I happen to get out right before price reverses. And in a day like today, you got to be even more conservative because price was reversing like this, like crazy. And I hate being caught in this stuff. I just want to get out. Get me out of break even at that point. And you can see this would have been, if I didn't get out there, if I wouldn't have got first target and break even, I would have been in some trouble with this trade. So all day I was, skating. So now I'm waiting, let this digest. It was a crazy move, and this was going on all day. So I wasn't comfortable. That's why I didn't want to trade. I wasn't comfortable with this movement. It was just so violent. And the data issues. The data wasn't really that smooth today. So now if the market wasn't so violent down, I do love this right here. And if I would hit auto and reversal, this is where I would get in, or this one right here, one of these from here to here. And that's a win. And again, got the 6-7 points, and you can see. So I took that first parade and then took a pretty long break there because I wasn't even going to continue because of the issues from the day. So I watched a little longer, playing this cloud. I love this. So I'm playing the bounce off the cloud. Boom, boom. And I'm in at 1 contract, just being real conservative in case, I had to manage out of a trade and just, I wasn't looking for a lot today. Just a green day. And again, just being smart, not trying to go long into these levels until this broke. It never broke. So I think, all right, we're going back down. I didn't short it because we were so oversold. I knew we could get a 30, 40, 50 point bounce. Now lows of the day, I'm probably starting to look again. Let this exhaust itself even further. I do like this, but again, I'm staying out. Now you can see pretty good bounce there. So real good move up there. Green cloud, breaking levels pretty easily. Entry, and boom, boom, 2 targets right out before it breaks the level. Make sure my audio's on. 1, 2. Oh, fuck, my audio's not on. Wait, is it? No, maybe it is. All right, it is. I cursed. That's all right. Close your ears, kids. I think that was it. Entry. Took a little heat here, but it was 1 contract. So I did that on purpose. I knew these trades were going to need a little more managing. And it was a good move because, look, boom. But as soon as I get in, now I'm looking to get at the entry and just perfectly worked like that. So 2 contracts, break even on this one. And I think that was the 4-cent loss, by the way. And that's it. Let's see if that was the last trade. Yeah. So $14 here. So it was really a $14 win. And that's considered a loss to NinjaTrader, which it doesn't really matter, but it matters how I manage these trades. So I kind of put the PA down. The data was a little sluggish. It was just very herky-jerky. Wasn't comfortable with it. And again, I was going to stop, but, I got a lot of new evals here. That was the automation, which did great today. And then I don't know what I traded. Let me see. What is this account? Oh, it was a Bulenox eval. So I just went over to an eval and traded that, and should have continued with the PA because this was the performance of that. 83%, 4 losses, and the losses really weren't losses. They were part of groups of trades. The worst being the first trade I took. It'd be interesting. So everything that closed at 37.10 was part of the group. So ultimately, first trade was a win, one contract, a good win. And then this group, so I went from 12 to 28. So, it's 15, 20 point, $20 move. Even though I lost 19 there, broke even on this, got right there, got the money. So let's run through this real quick. And this went from, again, just 30 minutes of trading, $200. And I guess that started, I waited 5 minutes and again, was going to shut down. And once I started looking at price action, I was like, I think I got this. All right, so, oh, by the way, I think I figured out in yesterday's recap why my data was gone, my trade performance was gone. I'm following one of these automations. They said to make NinjaTrader run good, you need to delete stuff. So they told you to go to Documents, NinjaTrader, and delete this, right? Delete everything. Delete everything in here. Well, it deletes everything. It deletes all your data. If you're going to advise people, tell them what the consequences was. It deletes, even all my accounts. It takes off your settings. Like when you say lifetime, it takes off the commission. So I like to see what the real total is with the commission taken out. So I guess data just reset because it's after 6 in New York and the market just opened. So this was up to something for the day. But anyway, I guess it makes NinjaTrader run, but there's consequences that go with it. And they, for them not to tell you that, like, shame on them that they don't tell you. I think it was Legendary, traders, which is great that they're trying to help, but like, tell us what that does and what it's going to affect in our systems, because, we're doing this and you're telling us to do it and we believe you that you're a pro, and then, other stuff's not working on our NinjaTrader and we don't know why because you didn't tell us. So just really upsetting that, what people tell you to do and don't tell you exactly why and what the consequences are of doing those things. Is it making NinjaTrader run better? I don't know, because I had data issues today. So who the hell knows? Anyway, it was being real conservative, but great, level to level trading there. Just keep scrolling. It's only 30 minutes of trading. This one, again, a little bit of trouble. Only went one contract again, added in. I'm playing the green. Once the level breaks, I'm probably playing it up to this level. So let's see how we did. Wow, a lot of heat there. Didn't add in. Finally added in here once it started to bounce back up. And then all out there. So good sequence of trades. Lost a couple of bucks on there, like 5, 6 points, 7 points. Broke even and made all the money on this one. Good 20 points there, right? So good trade. Another here, level to level. And again, this obviously all adds up pretty quickly. Another great entry here, playing the bounce off the cloud to the next level. This, the follow stop. I had the follow stop on. A lot of times I can't move target 2, which is at 25 points, because if it moves in my favor really quick and the follow stop kicks in, Ninja won't let me touch anything, but the follow stop does its job and gets me out and whatever. I might have put the second target here. It cost me a few points, but I'm okay with that. Winning trade is winning trade. Same thing, level to level. Again, so happy with the exits here because every time I seem to get out, the market reversed pretty hard, and I was out already. So I protected my profits there. And you can see those. Now, I don't want to deal with that, and I'm out. I can always get back in the trade after the market gets exhausted. And look at that move down I could have been dealing with. I wasn't. All day I didn't deal with any of this. I guess a lot of it's luck that I was getting out quick and not dealing with this. But I could easily get caught in that, and I got to take a $200 loss if I do. But I'm not going to blow the account. Okay, now I changed to shorts at this point. When I watched that crazy move, now I was going to play pullback short. Pullbacks and short. And here, once this level broke here, when we came down, I was like, we're going to go low. Because there was room to go lower here. We weren't lows of the day was, I knew we were going back down to lows of the day, and we were going to make new lows. And these trades were really big. You know, the shorts were better than the longs. I mean, this is 12 points and 8 point. You know, it was a 20-point trade, $40 right there. Again, I only made 200 for the day. 40 is almost a quarter of the goal. Again, a good pullback. Probably went short again. No, actually trying to go long. Crazy. Yeah, I was real conservative with those longs, getting them out. Not making a lot, but getting out. Probably playing it back to first standard deviation right here before it reversed. So I was getting all of these are wins, even though they were longs in a crazy down day. But I was right. The market was bouncing from those lows. Another one long. Not crazy about that because look at this heat I'm taking. But it was one contract, conservative. Yeah, some heat here. I'm in 4 now. And then there you go. So good sequence there. A little bit of heat. And right out. And the exit, again, just incredible. You know, I was definitely in profit here. I'm curious what the sequence got me. But the fact that I got out, number one, I see 86 as the entry. And it's in the middle of this support and resistance radar. That's why my targets were here. And look at that. 2 points, and then it probably shot like a rocket down. So let's look at that trade at 10:56. That was probably right around. Wait, what time did I get out of that? No, wow, that was a 3-minute trade. That's an eternity for me. So the market was actually moving really slow. That means for NQ, for this to take 3 minutes is like it's crawling. So I probably wasn't that nervous because it wasn't like flying down. It was probably coming more. This is a really slow grind, and right back up. So I was out of 59. So 59s are right here. So let's look at the sequence. It started at 134. It ended right there. Yeah, so a 22-point turnaround, taking 2 losses. One's 22 cents, and the 2 wins for 10 and 25. So that's where the profits came from. So that was that sequence, and I just closed that trade out. Probably hit the close button on the second. I think on the second con. Well, I had a runner up here, and when I saw it was stalling, I just hit close. Boom, got out. That might have been about it. I think I was just under $200. I was like, let me get it over to. I hate when I do that because that's the trade you could get in trouble in. No, I was only at 156 at that point. Then we took 11 o'clock. Yeah, in 2 minutes I was done then. So let's see. So now getting back to the short mode. Great short. When I saw it turned red, I don't think I used the automation. I don't see any signal there. So this is just me. Actually, I was against the signal. And this was more because it turned red. It pulled back into the cloud, and I just hit sell ask, and boom, immediately. Target 1. And again, it probably froze me out, or I might have moved the target there. And that probably got me over the top. Yeah, where was I at that point? Yeah, that got me almost to 200, that trade. That was a great trade. $33, and then I took one more for one contract to get it over to. Real conservative trade, just because I knew I shouldn't have been trading it. But same thing, pull back to the level. Full target was 1. I just went back there 1, and that's it. And I think this is set at whatever that is, 28 ticks, and it took it right there. Boom. So 7.5 points or so. But if I would have had the 2 contracts, beautiful, and then lower the day. But now I'm done, and I think that was the full recap with the drama, with the automation, with the data issues. Now, as of now, they haven't given me my funds back. So I'll keep you posted. I mean, if they don't, nothing I could do but to really just blow up the company. Because if they don't, there's no reason they shouldn't give it back to me. Because that was not, My issue, and I could see right here, this was at 26, like 150. And they never gave it back. So all the accounts are green today. And then we'll see.